Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
We're going to start off, as always, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. And double honors to our teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to you, sincere brethren, faithfully and diligently pushing this truth with fear and trembling through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, we're the GMS Memphis Camp. I'm the brother Tazamak.
The brothers are
all right, coming at you again, Lord willing, with another edifying lesson. Just speaking on Israel, as you see the title, you know you're an Israelite, now what? Okay, so what? And this is going to be pretty much addressing, you know, these different entertainers. For the most part, you got Ice Cube, Fantasia, Nick Cannon, you know, a list of different celebrity names that know, you know, and one of the elders, I believe it was Elder Manata Zakbak, from South Carolina, he did one saying that if one know, they all know, you know. So you know, like Kendrick Lamar, Ice Cube, if they know, Dr. Dre know, you know, Snoop Dogg knows, you know.
Shit, Eminem knows.
Eminem knows, you know. They all know, okay. But the thing about it is, they're not going to do what's required, all right, of an Israelite, okay, as being what? The sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, princes of the power. There comes great responsibility, okay. Now we're going to get into that. That's what we want to focus on, the responsibility. You know, we are held to a higher standard, okay, than the rest of the nations on the planet. As Israelites, okay, we're supposed to show wisdom. So this is it. Deuteronomy 10 and verse 12. And now Israel, what doth the Lord thy power require of thee, but to fear the Lord Yahweh thy power, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul. See, it says serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai with all thine heart and with all thine soul. And it's impossible for these celebrities to do that. Why? Because they worship mammon, okay? And the scriptures say what? A man cannot serve two masters, all right? Can you get that, Baba Kusha? And see, when you get into that life, that Hollywood lifestyle, there's a certain obligation that you have to them. On the left-hand side, you're required to do all type of wicked rituals, all right? And you're required to make sacrifices to the devil in order to stay and obtain that life, all right? That wealth, okay? Which is not true wealth, it's so-called wealth. But you got that?
Yeah, this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other.
See?
He cannot serve the Most High and mammon.
See? And love is what? The keeping of the commandments. And it says, for he will love the one and hate the other. So if you're in a system that's contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, which according to what? 1 John, all right, love is what? The keeping of thy commandments. So if you're not attached to these laws, statutes, and commandments, if you're not setting your mind to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, then you're going to serve the devil by default, man. Okay? Is it more on there? You going to make a point?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just like sacrifice, you know, brothers had to do. It's the same type of sacrifice. You know, some jobs might require you to be clean shaven, so brothers get a new job. You know, that's the sacrifice that the Most High wants to see. Mm-hmm. So if a celebrity wakes up, you know, he's going to put off that Hollywood lifestyle. Mm-hmm. You know, you'll see drastic change. You know, that's being born again. You know, being born a new man. Right?
And that's why it talks about, the Lord spoke about how hard it is for a rich man to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Mm-hmm. All right?
He said, but nevertheless, all things are possible.
All things are possible. Mm-hmm. But it's a thing that, it's a bigger sacrifice. Mm-hmm. You see, you've You've become so accustomed to that lavish lifestyle of the world, but in order to come into this truth, you have to sacrifice all that. The Lord said you have to give up all that I have, like he told the rich man. Because he said, what is it that I should do in order to obtain the kingdom of heaven?
And he said, you know, keep the commandments. He said, I've done all these things since birth. And he was like, okay, then sell all your riches and follow me. And he was sad and walked away. Because it's more than just keeping the commandments too. Because, you know, you have all these celebrities growing their beards out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they might stop eating pork and stuff. But, you know, what good is it if, you know, you're still not completely, you know, following the Lord.
Right. You got one foot in and one foot out. One foot in the world, and you're not. The Lord wants rooted men. The Lord, like I say, I'm going to read this again. It says, to walk in all his ways, this is Deuteronomy 10 and 12, and to love him and to serve the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thine heart and all thy soul. You see, he wants all of you. The Lord not taking, you know, no half-ass, you know. He wants all of you. He wants it to where everything that you do is revolved around him and this truth and this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay? And if you're not doing that, then you're not a worthy sacrifice. Okay? You're not worthy to be even called an Israelite, really. You know? I'm going to get the next one. It says, to keep the commandments, verse 13, and the Lord, to keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good. Okay? So, yeah,
because it's one thing to keep the commandments, to hold that Israelite status.
Yeah.
That Israelite trending status, because now that celebrities are saying that they're Israelites, now it's like a trending thing.
Yeah.
But it's another thing if you're keeping the commandments for the Lord. You know? Like it's like that parable that Yahweh Shah talked about, praying in the streets versus
to be seen.
Yeah,
to be seen of men. Yeah. Yep. Because you even had Carmelo Anthony, you know, talking about he knows he's an Israelite. Okay, so you know now. So now what? What you going to do to solidify your inheritance? You have an inheritance, okay, that you have to seek after. You know, because the Lord just not going to give. He's not just going to give it to you. You're going to have to earn it. It's kind of like I'm gonna use this as an example. I don't know how many brothers are into it. It's a series on Stars called Power. It's kind of famous, but at the end of it, I want to make this quick point. You know, after the main character, Ghost, he died. He was killed. His son killed him. All right. He had it set up in the will for his son to receive the his money, you know, all of his wealth, all of his riches. But the only way that his son was able to attain those riches was if after he completed 4 years of college and got a bachelor's degree and maintained a 3.5 or 3 point something GPA. So he wasn't going. He's like, you just because I'm gone, don't mean you're not going to have to work for this, you know. So that's what Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai has set up for us to earn, all right, our inheritance. You know, he's not just going to give it to us because we come to the knowledge that we are Israelites, man. You know, we're supposed to know that.
Yeah, just because you find out a bit about the will.
Yeah, you have to commit to the will. You have to commit to the will. You have to do the things worthy to receive that inheritance. Salaki, you know? So you can get that Luke 12, unless you had another one that you want to get.
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Let's get Luke 12. We'll get Ecclesiastes.
You said 12 and 13?
12 and 40, start around 47.
All right,
the point is in 48.
This is Luke 12 and 47. It says, and that servant which knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will. See, that's what we're supposed to be doing as we come to the knowledge that we are Israelites. There's an inheritance that comes with that. So we're supposed to be preparing ourselves because there's a wedding ceremony, all right, that
that's coming, okay? But we don't know when that date is. But we have to be prepared and dressed up. You know, we got to put on those righteous garments, which is what? These laws, statutes, and commandments. You got it, bro.
It says, neither did according to his will shall be beaten with many stripes. It says, but he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes.
So, in a nutshell, what they're saying is, it's better for you not to even know that you're an Israelite, for you to just stay completely in the world. Because the Lord say he would what? As a matter of fact, let's get that. He would rather you be hot or cold. He don't want you lukewarm. See, these celebrities are lukewarm. And see, they have lived so deliciously on this side that they're not going to give up that lifestyle, because that lifestyle means giving up that lifestyle means being humbled. All right, and going back to being like, you know, just a regular. You know what I'm saying? Just because that's what the true men of the Lord, we just regular men, you know, in the flesh, but in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? The Lord has given us a certain a level of power, you know?
Because it's also in Revelation 2, it says, I know thy works, that thou art poor, that thou art rich in spirit.
Yes, that's right.
Because, you know, on a, you know, to the worldly eye, we are just regular men.
Yeah.
You know, we're nobodies. You know, we don't make a shit ton of money. You know, we live paycheck to paycheck.
Yep.
Just like the scriptures say, you know, a day at a time.
Yep.
You know?
That's right, bro.
I got that in Revelation 3. Yeah, this is Revelation 3:15. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
See? Knowing you're an Israelite, all right, and not doing anything about it, not preparing yourself, all right, for the return of Yahweh Shai, okay, by taking heed unto his word and committing to the things that he has presented before us, meaning this truth, okay?
Ooh, this next
that makes you lukewarm. You got it, bro.
Yeah, this next verse, it says, because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. You know, because just because, you know, you got you know, you're living that rich lifestyle, you got a mansion, you probably have an underground bunker just in case shit goes south, and you know, you got resources, so on and so forth.
But none of that's gonna save you.
Yeah, none of that is gonna save you. You don't understand, you know, the times that we're coming into. You might understand that you're an Israelite, and you might know the prophecy of the Israelites waking up. Do you understand that the prophecy of the transition of power?
Yeah. That
whatever things you have built up on this side is going to come to naught. You know,
they don't understand the judgment written. You know, they don't, because prophecy really is a gift to us, and if you don't understand what's really at stake as being an Israelite, you're worse off. I want to jump back to that Luke 12. Is that it on that?
Yeah.
Let's jump back to that Luke 12, all right, and read 48 again. On that, okay? Because you coming to the knowledge that you're an Israelite is the first step to waking up. But there's a big responsibility that comes with that. You see?
Count thy cost.
Yes. Yes.
This is Luke 12:48. But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes.
Yep.
For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall much required.
Of him shall much be required. You see? So there's a big requirement being an Israelite.
Yeah, the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Yes.
The promises.
Yes.
The covenants were made with Israel. So you recognizing that you're an Israelite, you recognize that those contracts that the Most High
made for
us.
Yep.
So
that we are automatically committed to. You know, that those things were signed with the blood of Yahweh Shai. You see,
it says, and to whom men have committed much, of him they will ask the more.
Yep. Was that more? Was it on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is 1 Corinthians 4, and then you can get Ecclesiastes 12. We'll wrap it up. We ain't gonna make it too long, just to the point. This is 1 Corinthians 4. Let a man so account of us as the ministers of Hamashiach and stewards of the mysteries of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You see? So when you come to the knowledge of the fact that you are an Israelite, you must understand you are a servant of Yahweh Shem Shai, of the Heavenly Father. And your ultimate work is to be committed to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, the Heavenly Father and the Son. Okay? That's what we have regular jobs and we go to work, like the brother said, we live paycheck to paycheck, but at the end of the day, our priority, our first obligation is to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's our true jobs. See, as an Israelite, you don't have to ask, what's your job? What's your occupation? The Lord say what? Occupy till I come. Meaning what? Work. Give diligence to make thy calling and election sure. You're supposed to be, we're supposed to be a nation of kings and priests. Okay? And going out here committing to building up our nation, seeing after our heritage and our inheritance, man. It says, moreover, it is required in students, Salakia, not in students. Moreover, it is required in stewards that a man be found faithful. That's why when he said, when he returns, shall he find faith? Okay? What does that mean by faith? Work. Your work is a testament of your faith. It shows that you have faith, okay? You can't just say you got faith. That's why I say, show me your faith by your works, okay? Which that's if I ain't mistaken, that's in James, okay? That's in James, the 2nd chapter, you know? So this is the work, okay? This is the work, what we're doing right now. That's what's required of each and every Israelite man, okay? And if you're not apt to teach or built up to teach, or at the point where you're built up to teach, then you have to get to that level, you know.
I got a quick one to back you up.
Go ahead, bro.
This is 2 Ezra 9:7. And everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith, whereby ye have believed.
Yep.
You know, just to back up the brother's point, if you truly believe something, then your acts are gonna show it.
Your acts are gonna show. You have to show that you're an Israelite. Okay? There's a responsibility that comes with that, and this is it. We're gonna close on this one. I'll get it. This Ecclesiastes 12 verses 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh power and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. Okay? It says, verse 14, for Yahweh power shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So when you come to the knowledge of the fact that you're an Israelite and you don't do anything about it, okay, you don't do the work that's required of an Israelite, in the day of judgment, you know what the Lord's going to ask you? You knew you was an Israelite, all right? You know you're an Israelite. What did you do about it? That's why the title of this lesson. You know you're an Israelite. Now what? What you going to do about it? Because that's what the Lord is going to ask you in the day of judgment, okay?
Because the scriptures are always talks about what works you can do. You know, you can prophesy. You can even translate brothers prophesying. Like if you're gifted in another tongue, all you got to do is, you know, whatever the brother is saying, translate
it into that
and
tongue.
Then automatically you're prophesying.
Yep.
You're spreading the word by that. Or if, you know, you're blessed making money, you may not be required to prophesy. You can just
be a help.
You can be a help. You can donate things such as
help the ministry financially. You know, because that's a big thing that a lot of you wealthy entertainers could be doing, but you're not doing that. You know, what is all said and done, man. You know, the Lord ain't gonna be playing no games and say the judgment of the Lord is gonna begin with the house of the Most High. Okay, So, hey, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to make your calling and election sure, man? All right, just knowing you an Israelite is not going to get you a pass to the kingdom of heaven and deliverance from the thermonuclear destruction that's coming upon this place, man. All right? So with that, all praises, honor, and glory again to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to y'all apostles and elders of Great Millstone, Kwam Yasharallah, Abba Babal, Rise Israel, destroy confusion, Shalom to the elect.
Shalom.